In this week's episode, I was joined by Wayne Crosbie, the CEO of the Crosbie Group. In this week's episode, we discuss Wayne's journey from apprentice through to entrepreneur and everything in between, what he looks for when hiring staff, and how he ensures cohesion within his team. This episode is brought to you by Top Drawer Talent, the supply chain procurement recruitment specialist. Here we go. So today I'm joined by Wayne Crosbie from the Crosbie Group, and today we're going to discuss his journey from, I suppose, apprentice all the way through to entrepreneur. And yeah, thanks very much for coming in, Wayne.
No bother at all, Connor. Thank you for having me.
Thanks very much. But look, when did you do your apprenticeship, or when did you decide you wanted to be, I suppose, in the air conditioning trade or
So,
refrigeration?
so around 2008 when I finished school, the apprenticeship came up. Before that, I would have been working in the summers, summer months with the family, the uncles and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And you'd always wanted to be a fridge engineer because back then the fridge engineers were on top whack. And you're like, yeah, I want to be. And there was a shortage of it as well. There still is
Okay.
a shortage, but it's just something you always wanted to do. Because everyone was an electrician, everyone was a plumber, painters, brickies, all that sort of stuff. I always wanted to be different, you know, kind of way.
Yeah.
Back then there wasn't that many people in the game, but now there's a lot more. But
Okay.
lucky enough, I had some family members that had me known about that because like we were speaking about before, like when you used to say to people, "What do you do? Refrigeration?" Like, what's refrigeration? Like, you know, and you
Yeah.
say when you go and do your shopping, what do you get out of the fridge? That's what we do. We keep them cool. So that's how it came about, and that's why I took that avenue in the life, and it's also a trade that will always be there and needed.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
No matter where you go, I suppose. But did you finish school then? Did you do a leaving cert, or did you leave before then?
Yeah, I done my leaving cert. Yeah, I had good crack in school. Wouldn't have been the brightest in school.
Yeah.
I think I did do my leaving cert, but I don't know whether I missed the art exam in the leaving, so I don't even know if that's a pass. But I
Okay.
was still in bed. My mum was trying to drag me out of bed one day. I never turned up. But yeah, no, school was a good part of my life. Didn't facilitate much in it from a school perspective, but
Yeah.
connections, sports, all that sort of stuff.
The
But
experience
yeah, I was
itself.
there for the whole long run in the end.
Grand. And the next question was the educational requirements then to get the apprenticeship that you got, or was it just kind of once you had the junior cert, you're okay?
It's leaving cert and junior cert, but it's like anything. There's guys in the trade today. Once you're good with your hands in your head,
Yeah.
like
You're
it's.
okay.
But that's the thing. That's a barrier that people have in their own mind because people are saying you need
You
this,
know,
you need that.
okay.
But yeah, you do need junior, maths as well
Okay.
to do the apprenticeship. But again, it's always like I know guys today that are better than me and better than others who didn't do the junior cert,
Yeah.
didn't do their leaving, and they're just good with their hands, they're good with their head, and they're top engineers. You know the kind of way.
They're good at that. Yeah. Grand. And would it take you long then from leaving school to get the apprenticeship, or were you searching for a while, or did you know someone?
It's funny. Funny. There's a little funny backstory around me. The apprenticeship I thought I was going to get when I came out of school didn't happen. I don't know why. Still today, I don't know why.
Okay.
So I would have been working in the bars and all that sort of stuff. So I was always doing something.
Yeah.
But quick enough, as I said, there was a shortage back then in the refrigeration industry, as there is today still.
Yeah.
And there's a backlog of all that sort of stuff. So quick enough, 2008, I was straight into an apprenticeship.
Okay.
And then since then, I haven't looked back. So it was quick enough, yeah.
Was there any gaps in there? Because 2008 would have been when the economy kind of dropped. Was there like a lull in work for you, or were you always
That
kind of
goes
kept busy because the job like
goes
was?
back to my point to what I said.
Yeah.
It's a project. It's a trade that's always going to be needed. It's a trade that you're always going to have to spend money on. Whether it's new projects might take a dip, but your maintenance, your service, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Always you always have to service. If a fridge breaks down, it has to be fixed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the client or the end user doesn't sell the product. Back then it was crazy. It was mental. It was
Really? Yeah.
non-stop. Oh yeah, you especially being an apprentice, it was great. Low tax bracket, and probably coming out with 700-800 quid because you're overtime. You wouldn't
Jeez.
have been going home. You would have been nearly doing 120 hours a week. Not a
Okay.
bother. But that's what refrigeration was about back then.
Yeah.
But no, there was never a lull. Thank God, there was always something to do.
Yeah. How long was it then before you were waiting to go to like college or phase two? Was it? Just
It depends on the,
yeah.
the company you're working for at the end of the day, how
Okay.
quick they register you and all that sort of stuff. Right now, it took me probably, I think the company I was working for were messing me around at the time to keep me away as much as possible to hold me back.
Yeah.
I think they all do that. I don't know what the purpose is because my perspective is get the guy qualified as quick as possible, so you have a guy in the road. But I'd say I went to Force 2 years, probably 2010. Went
Okay.
to phase two down a Cork for 6 months. That was another experience living down there for 6 months.
Yeah. How did that go? Like living in Cork for like, were you was that your first time away from home then, or?
Yeah, right back then, yeah, we still living with my mum and dad.
Yeah,
The wages back then, as a basic wage, as I said, overtime was great. The
yeah,
overtime's gone now,
yeah.
so the basic wage was shy. Living, cooking, cleaning, you're learning all that. So it probably put a bit of manners on you in that perspective of life. But it was actually good to get away and see what it's like, you know.
Yes, see what it's all about. But was that? Did you struggle? Like, well, not struggle, but did you find it hard then, or was it easy for you because you're like a bit of a messer in school, or were you okay?
It was hard because no one's there pulling you out of bed.
Okay,
Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like and especially then you're a young fella, you're going out having a few drinks with the lads that you meet down there,
yeah.
and you're out on a Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday and Thursday nights down there was the nights to go out. So I
Okay,
don't think we turned up on a Wednesday and a Friday. But again, back
yeah.
then that's life, isn't it?
That's just the
When you
way it
look
is.
back and you say maybe I shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
but you had to do these things to learn and have that as well, you know.
Would the boss be ringing you, or was there a report that goes back? Like, if you had an apprentice
Oh
down in
yeah,
Cork, let's
yeah,
say, would you get the report say, "Wayne's not getting out of bed," kind of
yeah,
thing, or?
yeah. Yeah, and I had multiple conversations with him. And to be honest with you, me as an
Okay,
apprentice, I wasn't a good apprentice. I
okay,
wasn't. I had my difficulties, I had my problems, I had been brought in on chats and this and that. But again, that was my problem. That was my fault,
yeah,
not their fault. That was my fault because I wasn't looking at it the way I should have been looking at it.
right,
But yeah, there was a few, Wayne, what's his crack or whatever. Still passed all the tests, but yeah, I get reports off the apprentices today,
yeah,
and it's funny because I have experienced from
both sides, yeah,
not really curving when I was an apprentice
yeah,
to now curving. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Now I'm trying to help, but lads, I'm experienced. You have to be there because you learn your trade and all that sort of stuff, you know. So
okay,
yeah, there was a few mad conversations. Yeah,
yeah. How long does it take you then in total to become qualified? Like, is it 4 years, 3 years,
four
or
years. But
4 years?
again, it depends when you're registered.
Okay,
But so let's say I register you today. I know straight away you're not going to phase two for 2 years. So
okay,
you're
yeah,
losing
yeah,
that
time,
time if you like, do you know, kind
yeah,
of, but that's nothing to do with the trade. That's more down to COVID, all that sort of stuff, and
the
also
backlog.
restriction. There's not many lecturers out there that are teaching the refrigeration. We only do Cork, we only do Limerick for phase two, and only Cork for phase 4 and 6, and Dublin. So
Okay,
there's not many people out there teaching it. Like you can go anywhere in the world for plumbers or
yeah,
electricians. So there's not much of a backlog there. You know the kind of way.
okay. And once you're qualified, right, you done your apprenticeship with the company you done it with. Did you stay with them for long, or did you move on to a different company and take a promotion somewhere else, or were you promoted internally?
The company was I worked for was a small company, and again,
Okay.
it was great to work for the small company because
Yeah.
when you're working in a small company, you're getting to see all aspects. You're getting to see everything
Yeah.
because and I find you when you're working in there, small companies like that, you can't hide. You have to work.
Yeah.
You're cleaning the bins. You're putting the pipe in. You're doing whatever that has to be done to get the job done.
Yeah.
So we was there for 4 years. I say I was there, 2000. I think I left them in 2014.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was there for a good 6, 7
6 years.
years. Didn't get promoted within. The only promotion I would have got was becoming an engineer, get given a van and more responsibilities.
Okay.
Um, but again, I have to say, getting that sort of knowledge and exposure to most of the stuff that I've been on has helped me today.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then obviously 2014 came where it was like I had to make a decision. It's my life now. I want to excel. I want to go to the next level or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was no opportunity for me within that company, so I had to move on to another company, and I went to the other company on a better salary, better life balance, work life balance, all that sort of stuff, but doing the same title if you like as an engineer.
Okay.
And I think within 6, 8 months I became the service manager in that company then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And did you have staff then underneath you, or
Yeah,
like what does a service manager do?
the service manager does what his job is to make sure that there's a service, let's say the service desk and maintenance, that's what the service falls under, refrigeration
Yeah.
or air conditioning, whatever it may be. His job is to make sure all the engineers are doing their job to the highest standards that
Okay.
company sets out. Paperwork is done, invoice is done. Obviously, there's people underneath there. You have to make sure that they're doing their job,
Yeah.
making sure there's no callbacks, making sure the jobs are done right,
Yeah.
suppliers,
Cracking the whip.
costs, everything basically.
Yeah.
Everything falls back in that service manager's job.
So it's kind of like almost like quality control in a way, is it?
It
Or
is a bit of quality as well. The paperwork as well, especially when I was an engineer, and that's the thing. I still am an engineer, but
yeah.
when I was an engineer, not thinking about me now today, I didn't. When you're doing a report,
Yeah.
you're doing one-liners. I talked to Johnny today, fix Johnny's fridge. But then when the girls get or the service manager gets, what did you do? Do you know what I mean? But in my head, I fixed the fridge, but they need the more information. Do you know the kind of
Yeah.
way?
Yeah.
It's only when I became the service manager, I was like, right, we need more. We need to elaborate on this, lads. We need to know who you seen, what time you were there, all that information. Because ABC, you need to be always covered.
Yeah.
Because if it's not there, it didn't happen. So I started realising that I started basically becoming a sales manager. It's like starting your apprenticeship all over again
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
different perspective in the job. You know, the kind of way.
Learning how, or care more, maybe more than anything else.
Yeah, and that's something. Yeah, and yeah, but you always do care. But again, it's very hard when you're a young fella. You have that until
You have
you.
to mature a small bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Grand. And did you stay there then for long, or did you move again, or did you then decide to
I
go
was
on your
there
own?
for 2 years, 3 years, 3 years,
3 years.
and then I set up Crosby Refrigeration.
Grand.
So I was there for 3 years. Great 3 years, great company. The company I work for, met great people, and I gained a lot. So as I said, the first company gave me a lot of my skills and my knowledge
Yeah.
for my trade, and I gained more skills and knowledge from a different managerial point of view in that company, which helped me then move on
Yeah.
to do my own thing. You know.
Why did you decide then to go and do your own thing? Was it just like a gap in the market you saw, or did you think no one else could do it as good as you could do it? Or
No, because the thing when I set the business up, I wasn't setting up to be a business.
okay,
I was just my mind was I'm gonna go out be an engineer in a van. So I went back on the tools, if you like,
okay, yeah.
in the van, going around subbing into the companies I worked for.
So that's kind of like price work, would it
Yeah,
be? Or
price work. So
okay,
I was basically a subcontractor subbing into the major
yeah,
refrigeration air conditioning companies, um, not just the ones I work for, all the other ones as well. So all I was doing was basically working for them.
okay.
But my point was, I was going out. My point at the time was, oh, I'll go out and make it a handy wage. That wasn't the case.
It's
Do you know what I
quite the
mean?
opposite, yeah.
I'll get a van. I'll just tip around doing A, B, and C. That also wasn't the case. I
Right.
don't think I went. I don't. When I started the business in 2017, I don't think I went home until 2020. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it went from one thing to another within very quickly. But how it came about was I got married in 2016 on my honeymoon in the Caribbean cruise, and I was just sitting there one day. And I said, you know what? Let's try it. Like, do you know the kind
Give
of
it a
way?
go, yeah.
I had nothing backed up. I didn't have the connections. I didn't have the relationships. I didn't have anything set in stone. I
Yeah.
just made the decision, bought a van, and that was it.
Right.
And then I just went out and subbed into the other people for 2 to 3 years.
And
And
how long was it then before you got your first employee, or who was your first employee? Was
that's
it another engineer, or was it an admin, or
no, and that's
yeah,
the thing. I couldn't afford another engineer.
yeah, take an apprentice
Do you know what I
then,
mean?
or
Yeah. So for the first 3 months, I was basically not getting paid.
right?
You're working your whole off or whatever,
Yeah,
and you're invoicing your quote, and you're looking at your everything. I
yeah,
remember I used to live in the house in Tala, the box room. We used to come in at 2 o'clock in the morning, finishing work, quoting for 2 hours. I'd say people thought there was something wrong with me emailing them at 2 o'clock in the morning with a quote,
yeah,
and then I'd be going to bed for 2 or 3 hours. Then I'm back out again. That's the type of shit you were doing. Do you know that
yeah.
kind of way? But the first employee was a friend of mine, as I brought him on as an apprentice, as a helper, because that's realistically
What you could
all you
afford,
could afford at the time.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of money to back me up. I didn't have people helping me. It was just me and my wife that kind of set it all up.
yeah,
He was with me for a while. He was with me for a couple of years in the end. He's not with me today. And then we built on that. So I think
okay,
from 2017 to 2018, it was just me and him going
right.
around the van, working day and night. And I
Jeez.
mean, day and night. When I look back and I'm like, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah,
We were eating chippers for breakfast, eating chippers. We weren't eating healthy at all because we weren't able. Our work life
constantly on
balance
the
was
go,
all
yeah,
over the shop because we were work. But again, it had to be done.
yeah.
Do you know the kind of way?
Do you think that's like the natural progression, right, for like an entrepreneur that does not like you're, let's say, you're out of balance before there's even like some kind of like work life balance.
Yeah, and it's easy for someone to sit here and that has done it to say you don't need to do it. But how did you get there? 100% you have to put the graft in.
The grass, yeah.
100% you have to work hard. And if you're not willing to work hard, why would someone else be willing to work hard? And if you're not willing to do it, someone else is just going to do it.
Yeah,
But if you're not setting or leading or motivating or leading the team, how do you
mm,
expect the others to meet that
yeah,
standard and where if you want to grow? And it was at the end of 2017 when I was like, gee, we can do something here. That's when I then started thinking about a business side of it.
okay, yeah,
But then it was hard because to grow a business, I find you have to work on the business rather than in the business.
right,
But I was still in the business. I was still hanging units, piping units, fixing units. I was doing everything. Still taking service calls. Still
yeah,
doing service reports. Still, do you know the kind of way? And 2018, then we got another van.
okay,
Then we got an engineer. So the work that we done 2017, we built the cash flow up
right.
to be able to afford a new van, not a new van, but
But
a
yeah,
van.
good van,
It was some crack going around them vans.
yeah,
But a van and another. So basically, another two guys, a man and a boy. I call a man and an engineer and a boy and an apprentice. So we had two teams.
Yeah.
My team, one team, and the other team. So then you're able to take on more work, do more work, and all that sort of stuff. So I think then the end of 2018, we had three vans, which was 6 employees. So within
Right.
18 months, we had six lads working within the Crosbie
Jeez.
refrigeration team.
How did you then go right from like being a man in a van, basically, right, to like then learn about the business, right, and the contracts and the cash flow and the accounts? Like, did you just hiring people in, or did you have someone at the back end kind of helping you?
Um, I'll be honest, from
Or were you
2017 to
just winging it?
2000, yeah, and 2017 to 2019, I thought I could do all of it on my own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was paranoid about like sharing things with people. You don't want certain people knowing things, all that sort of stuff. But then you realise, right, okay, you can't do this on your own.
Yeah.
You need to bring people in, help people. But as I said, up until 2018, 2019, I was probably still invoicing, still quoting, still doing everything. And
Right.
then how I learned it all was from mistakes,
Yeah.
from making a mistake. Maybe signing a contract I shouldn't have signed, or maybe not signing a contract I should have signed, or maybe missing a 30 grand invoice, which I still remember today. And when I actually got someone a professional involved, they were able to find it 18 months later. Do you know the kind of
Jeez.
way?
So you forgot to invoice someone for 30 grand?
Yeah, but you're that
Jeez.
busy.
Yeah.
But that company was paying you. You were that busy with that company. You thought, oh, lovely, there's money coming into my bank.
Yeah.
But then when you look back, there was 30, I think it was 32 grand. And it
Jeez.
was 18 months later when I had a professional person in doing the job that was missing.
Right.
But it looked like I took it out of the company
Yeah.
because where was it?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
fucking know.
gone.
I didn't get paid. Do you know the kind of way? But it turns out they didn't pay me. But it was
Okay.
actually our fault for not doing the invoice.
Ah, okay.
So that's because I was doing too much and all that sort of stuff.
They paid you okay in the end.
To be honest, it didn't go okay, but we got paid in the end.
Right. So.
But there was a lot of mistakes. You obviously, look where I am today is from mistakes. I'll walk out here and I'll make a mistake and I won't make that mistake twice. Why? Because
Yeah.
the pain I feel from that mistake. That's the purpose. You have to feel that pain in order to move forward, in order to make progress, and then
Definitely.
100% do not make that mistake twice. Unfortunately, there's still people today making the same mistakes and then wondering why they're going around in circles
Yeah.
because they're not curious. Like I was from 2017 to probably 2019. I wasn't curious. I didn't care. I didn't listen to people.
Yeah.
It was my way or no way. I thought I knew everything. I knew fuck all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cooperate or evaporate.
Do you know what I
kind of
mean?
thing,
Yeah. And then, look, to be honest with you, COVID came. Some people are giving out about COVID. I thought COVID was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. It was good for me as well. Yeah.
100%. When COVID happened, like, I was able to sit back and reassess and have the time to sit down and say, what is happening here? Or what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And like COVID came, we grew 300% in the middle of a lockdown.
Jeez. Okay.
Like we
It's
grew
good
300% in the middle of a
You
lockdown.
just kept pushing forward. Did you?
Kept pushing forward, getting like targeting what was still
Yeah.
like, hospitals, schools, all that sort of stuff. Because the schools started doing the work. Data centers, we landed a data center in the middle of COVID. They were still getting the work done.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
the supermarkets that we walk in, the retail, they were refrigeration needed.
Yeah.
Do you know the kind of way? And instead of sitting back and surviving, we started thriving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that was when I then looked at the business. This is a business now. I was able to employ people in to do what I was doing, and I was able to work on the business. Do you know the kind of way?
Yeah. How long were you waiting before you came off the tools? Was that 2019 or was that during COVID?
Yeah. After COVID, I'd say I came off the tills just after COVID. So let's get one thing straight. I'm on the tills since 2008. So I don't think I'm on it for 3 years, right? So I'm probably on the tills since before then. What would you call it? What would you call the labour thing with your uncles years ago? Slave labour. I was getting slave labour, so they probably owe me a few quid. But I'd say in 2020, 2021 was when I started. Like I was driving a van. I got out of a van. I got into a Jeep.
Yeah.
Not like a Jeep, just a bit more. Like here's
Nicer car.
Yeah. Well, again, some clients would prefer to see a guy jumping out of a van to price a job, to do a job, rather than going some guy jumping out of a Jeep.
Yeah.
It's a different perspective, different people, different folks, different whatever. So I was started more project managing, contract managing the projects with the lads physically doing the projects that are called and stuff like that as well, you know.
Yeah.
And that was that was important to do that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And how many staff have you got now in total, or?
There's 28 in total direct staff now
28
today,
jeez.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we obviously have different trades, accounting, solicitors,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff in the background. Subbies as well that give us a dig out to help our growth and add massive value to the team. It's not just them 28, it's the wider people that make it a success as well, you know?
Yeah. And what are the services then that you're offering, right? So it's obviously air conditioning and refrigeration, but is it like complete fit out? Is it just maintenance or is it service or what is it?
Yeah, so the bread and butter is refrigeration.
Yeah.
That's my trade. That's all of our trades. Air conditioning falls under the refrigeration hat. Ventilation, we do a bit of ventilation, and then we do a bit of facilities management for our clients. But generally, we design, we install, service, and maintain refrigeration air conditioning systems. And then there's other nuts and bolts that we're going to be adding into the group over the purpose of the next, which is why we went from Crosbie Refrigeration to Crosbie
CrossFit
Group,
group,
because we will over the next few years be adding different nuts and
different
bolts.
services.
Yeah,
It's
to
good to see.
provide a one-stop shop for the client because it's easier. If I wanted to pick up the phone, just said, yeah,
Deal with one person, yeah.
mm,
It's way easier. And I suppose if you were looking for, you obviously hire apprentices now, do you?
yeah, we really think breeding your own lads is the right way, especially with the way the youngsters are today.
Yeah.
The generations are getting a bit worse. They don't want to work. They want a few quid, but they don't want to work.
Yeah.
Or they look at the apprentice wage and think, I'm not getting out of bed for that. We generally like to pay our apprentices more than the rate from first, to
Really,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of the cost of living, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wouldn't get out of bed for it. So I wouldn't expect someone to do something I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But apprentices, 100%. There's obviously blocks we employ them in because we don't want too many apprentices because we need to
Yeah.
put the time into them. So yeah, we're always, if we don't have a position for an apprentice now, it could be 3 or 6 months
Okay.
because what happens is, as I said, the 2 or 3 lads begin to phase two. Then we go, no, another 2 or 3 lads. They go
Okay.
to phase two, another 2 or 3 lads. So that's
So you keep them on like conveyor belt kind of
conveyor
thing,
belt,
rather
yeah.
than
That's the way.
kind
But when you, I find and I've found apprentices that have been with me the last few years are now coming out of the time,
Yeah.
and they're bred a different way. They're bred into our mission, our values, our vision, and the culture. They know the culture of the company. They know what's expected,
yeah.
and now they're going out to drive that.
Okay. That's
Whereas
right.
if you get someone from another company, they're not buying into this straight away,
Yeah,
and it's very hard to change their perspective or to change the way they think or look at things
yeah.
if it's not bred in on the ground up.
Yeah. I suppose if you were going to hire an apprentice, right, what would you be looking for, like in like qualities, personalities, like what are you kind of looking for? Are you interviewing them personally, or have you got someone else doing that now? That
Yeah, well, look, I'm open to it. Depends because someone could come to me and ask me,
yeah,
Wayne, will you give this guy an opportunity? I'll say, yeah, no problem. Let me have a chat with him. Or someone
okay,
could come to Phil or Anto or me missus or whoever.
yeah,
We don't have any rules like that say,
yeah,
oh, you have to interview this guy. We have a Q&A to
okay,
ask certain questions.
yeah,
And there's certain questions about our company. Because if I was going to look to interview with a company that I wanted to work for, I'd be fucking finding out everything about that
yeah,
company. So the Q&A is based on that to see is he switched on? Does he want to be here? Because if he doesn't, if she or he doesn't want to be here,
yeah,
we don't want you here. You know the
yeah.
kind of
It's
way.
not bueno.
So the first thing is attitude,
Yeah,
because there is people out there that don't have the right attitude, and when you don't have the right attitude, they cause a lot of problems. They turn into a bad apple, and then that spreads like wildfire. So attitude is number one.
yeah,
Body language, how they appear themselves, and to be honest, it shouldn't be something about how they actually dress. And then the other thing is energy. What's your energy like? What's your confidence? We want everyone to be confident. We want everyone to be energy. Why? Because we want everyone on the frequency and the vibration in our office and the
yeah.
lads on the road is high. So you need to be able to.
Everyone's in a good
You
mood.
need to be able to be able to absorb that and get involved with that and not be against that because otherwise then you become a bad apple.
Yeah,
Do you know? So energy and attitude is number one because anything after that can be teaching taught.
yeah. So once you have cohesion in the team, you're you're at the races.
Yeah, like even the likes of the apprentices now, even my little brother for example, right? He's with us since he finished school last year, with us a year. His confidence levels, his work ethic was not great. And that's me being honest.
Yeah,
But the development I see in him in the last 18 months is down to other people's attitude, the
yeah.
energy and culture created by the others.
Bringing them on.
What the confidence, like we make the lads, like we have a WhatsApp group, right? And we do a motivational video every morning. So if it's me Monday morning, I do the video. I come up with a quote or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I have to nominate the person for the next day. That has made them confident. If
Okay.
you look at their first video compared to now, they're flying now.
Yeah.
But it's also making them confident on site. It's making them confident talking to the clients and all that sort of stuff. And also confident talking to each other because that's important as well.
Yeah.
They're not shying or hiding away or their chest is out, their head is up. Yes, no
Yeah.
problem. Rather than, no.
Yeah.
And that's
Taking
another
ownership of the work like that they've done.
ownership
Yeah.
and accountability. And that's another thing that the young fellas suffer with today.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it's not imposter syndrome, is it? It's just a bit of self confidence, really.
It's really bad out there, and that's something that we it's not just about the apprenticeship with us. We want to help with the self confidence,
Yeah.
the self development, to give you a career, not a job.
Yeah.
Do you know the kind of way? Um, and that's that. Yeah, that's what it's all about, you know.
Grant. And then, are you? Suppose, are you looking for anyone at the moment, or have you any jobs out? What jobs have you got open at the moment that you might be interested in, kind of looking at someone?
We're always kind of open to talk to people. Like if someone's
Yeah.
willing to talk to us, we'll talk to them. There's always room for refrigeration and air conditioning engineers.
Yeah.
As I said, the apprentices are every few months. There could be an opportunity now. There mightn't be for 3 months. And we're always looking to add to the team as the team grows, as the company grows. The goal is to promote from within.
Yeah.
That's the part. That's the point of career development.
Yeah.
So, Anto was an engineer. He's now a contracts manager.
Right.
Phil was a sales. Now he's operations manager. So
Okay.
Kenna was an engineer. He's a site supervisor. So we want to promote from within.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There probably will be a time that we have to get someone in because of the growth and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're always open to talk to people. We're looking for like accounts, payable, receivable, or quality Q&A. Do you know, for going to site and stuff
Yeah.
like that as well. And then more importantly, we're looking for subcontractors all the time and all across Europe and UK to give us a
Okay.
dig out as well because they're important to our group as well, you know.
Yeah. Do you have much going on in the UK now at the moment? I know you're in Manchester
Yeah,
a
there's a
few
good
weeks
bit
ago.
going on in the UK.
Good stuff.
It's a slow burner at the minute, but
Yeah.
it's working. We have a few bits going on at the minute, and again, it's built. Basically, it's the blueprint that I have here going to be put over there.
Put over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find it? I suppose I'm looking at the UK myself at the minute. Around kind of like the Manchester, Liverpool areas. Do you find it's hard, like, or it'll be hard to kind of break in, or do you think you already kind of have a foothold because you've got such a strong reputation here?
I don't think the reputation. I think the reputation here does nothing for you. It's
Yeah.
the relationships. It's who you know.
Yeah.
It's not what you know.
It's fair. Yeah.
And the first day I was in I just came up with this idea on a Tuesday. I was in Manchester the following week. It's
Right.
not as if I had this planned.
Yeah.
I just said one Tuesday, right, grand. I had to think between the Tuesday and the Wednesday about 20 meetings. But then 20 meetings came from me ringing people to see can they time me in with them people.
That you know.
So once that connection is made by someone they trust,
Yeah.
it's a bit easier. Do you know the kind of way? But if you're going out to do what I was doing in 2017, game over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, where do you start? You're basically you're going around us knocking on doors
Yeah.
because do you know the kind of way?
It's slower. Yeah. Whereas.
But again, obviously they're falling back looking at the company. Yes, they know about the reputation, then, so it makes them more comfortable then.
Yeah.
So let's say I said, Connor, do you know this guy in Manchester? I'm looking to talk to him. Yeah, I'm connected with him. Yeah, meet him. So then he trusts you. I'm talking to him. He's now meeting me face to face, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
But then I give him a bit of backstory about me and the company. He then checks out the company. Oh, this fella is legit. I'm going to talk to this guy now.
Yeah.
So you have to have that all built up in the background as well.
Right. And do you find like then the social media side of things is helping that then? Because I think you're the only air conditioning company that I see like all the time on like social media.
I
like,
was.
Okay.
There's
There's a few starting out
now
to
they're all following,
follow suit,
which
yeah.
is brilliant. I
Yeah.
love it. Because I think in the air conditioning refrigeration industry or any industry, it's all about who you know, not what you know, and
Yeah.
relationships. But getting yourself out there is really important.
Yeah.
Getting people to say, gee, I didn't know them guys done that. I might think about them the next time.
Right.
Do you know the kind of way? They might know us, but they probably, what do they actually do? Do you know what I mean? It's not about getting a sale. It's about people telling people what we can do for you. It's all about them, not us. So
Yeah.
it's all everything is focused on the client. What we're here to do for you. Do we generate many sales from it? Connections that
Yeah.
lead to sales, but that connection could go on for 12 months.
Yeah.
That back and forth can go on for 12 months. It doesn't happen like that.
No. No.
Do you know? And again, it also, what I find with the social media, it makes people's perspective of you a bit different. So when they see you talking on the video, or they see one of the team members talking, they know what to expect when you meet them.
Okay.
Or they're like, okay, I will meet that guy now, because you know what you look like and what you talk like.
Yeah.
Rather than an email or a message, can we meet up? Who is he? What does he look like? What does he talk like? Whereas if you're speaking and seeing, it's a bit different.
Yeah. It's almost like you're having that first conversation with them before you even meet them. Like,
Yeah.
so it's good.
But the social media is good. I think anyone has to do social media.
Yeah.
Anything the way the day and age gone,
What made you go down that road? Like, and kind of really focus. Well, I don't know if you really focus on it, but like, put the effort into it. Like, was it just you saw a gap in the market, or did you read a book, or did someone tell you to do it? Or...
Reading and writing is well, be about now. We like writing now, but
Yeah.
reading and writing was not my thing because I can't read and write, but I do write now. I'm
Yeah.
trying my best, and I have nice for handwriting, by the way.
Yeah.
But it goes back to where's the gap in the market on social media. Didn't see a gap in the market, but I do see a gap in the market from a service point of view by providing a service that the client deserves,
Yeah.
because people have been spoiled in our industry for so long because they've just been given everything. And
Yeah.
now the service levels have dropped, so we're now taking advantage of that. They have pain, frustration there. We're going to take that pain and frustration away. That's the gap.
Yeah.
The purpose of the social media thing wasn't LinkedIn. At the start, it was Facebook and Instagram. I don't know why, because I got nothing out of it.
Yeah.
But the purpose of that was because no one knew me.
Right.
No one knew me. The guys I was subbing into didn't want me to grow. They wanted me to keep subbing into them.
Yeah.
They weren't telling people about me. But like when I first came onto the scene on social media, whatever you want to call it, people like they didn't even know I done my time. They just thought I set up a business that I didn't do refrigeration. I knew nothing about refrigeration
Yeah.
because no one knew me. I didn't, as I said, I didn't have the connection starting the business. I didn't have anything starting the business. I had to physically go and find everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, there's a few people in the background that helped, but some people that are setting businesses like this up are nearly more handed everything. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's where the social media came into it. They get out there, they let people know who we are, what we do, and stuff like that. But I don't think it was a gap in the market. But I do think it's important, and I do think more people are actually starting to do it now. Not to the extent that we started at the level they're at now.
Yeah.
We're now
Pushing,
we're on doing other stuff now, which
Yeah.
probably see them doing in 2 or 3 years' time.
Yeah. I seen you out. You brought the team for a dip out in Skerries, was it, or
Yeah, some crack.
somewhere? Yeah. You had the videographer there.
Yeah. That was deadly. You know, it was deadly. The video, but that was all about. We want it not only for social media. It's capturing these
Helps you
moments.
recruit, yeah, as well.
Yeah, some lads like it, some lads don't. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it's letting people know it's not all just work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And normally what I do is on a Friday do something with them. It's like, we change the perspective. It's like, let's do it on a Monday.
Yeah.
Let's take 2 or 3 hours out on a Monday morning, go over the dip, sauna, coffee, whatever it may be, and start the week.
Yeah.
Rather than bringing them out on a Friday. They're going home.
And everyone's wrecked.
And then
yeah.
they're coming back on a Monday in the height because they had a great weekend. Because we
Yeah.
set them up for a good weekend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So set them for a good work week.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you gain more out of it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
definitely,
mean? And they work better as a team. Them little sessions outside. It's like football teams.
Yeah.
Football teams are playing football and training together all the time. They're going to break each other up. They're going to be annoyed with each other. But then when they go for something to eat or a cup of coffee, they're talking about off the subject stuff.
Yeah.
And that bond, that team, like I'm telling you here now, the bond that them boys and girls have in that company, there's no bond like it. I don't know what in any industry, never mind the refrigeration industry.
Yeah.
It's really good. They're all a team. And it's not because of me, it's because of them. They've created it just as much as I created, and and this is what gels that together. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you facilitate and lay the foundations for it to kind of flourish.
Yeah.
But and like I seen like you've done a couple of different team building exercises, right? They've obviously been
Some
online.
interesting ones already.
Yeah. I think it's like a quasar thing or a laser.
Or the VR headsets.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What was it like? What does your team have to achieve, right, to get one of those, like, to get to go on one of those events, or are they just things you do as team building exercises to keep everyone gelling?
So it's two different things. So we break it down to quarterly, right?
Yeah.
We do things weekly. We do things monthly.
Yeah.
That's inevitable. No, even if it's good, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
But the main ones are every 3 months, and the purpose is we have a common goal. We have to meet.
Yeah.
And each individual, I spend time, and maybe from a mentoring point of view, that what are they struggling with? What are they weak on? And that becomes their goal to make it become their strength.
Yeah.
So it's about achieving the common goal and going celebrating it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be saying, them two let us down, we're not going.
Yeah.
some people buy into this, some people don't. Again, we're dealing with engineers, we're dealing with lads that just fix stuff and put things in. I'm trying to do something different with them
Yeah.
that no one else is willing to do. No one else cares.
Right.
I care about their career, I care about the development, I care about their confidence, how they feel coming to work, how they feel going home from work, and this is how this all helps. So the purpose of the one with the VR headset is we have a new safety guy coming in, and we called it Ground Zero Day. And
Okay.
that morning before that VR headset, we were booked off in a hotel, and it was Ground Zero Day. So I think we were 2 months of him employing new systems, procedures around health and safety, because
Okay.
health and safety is important.
Yeah, massive.
Because we
Yeah.
want the lads not only coming to work happy, we want to come to work safe and home from work safe.
Yeah.
So we've implemented a lot of stuff. But Ground Zero, they got a taste of what it was going to be for the first 2 months without any repercussions or you should have done this, you should have done that. So that day was Ground Zero Day. So after that day, there was no more.
Okay. No more
You're
incidents.
not allowed. No glasses, home. No hats. Your hat, your eye, not mine. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Whereas we had to put structure around that. So then after that, we were there. I think we were there half of the day, and obviously, as an engineer, you're sitting in that room. You're not listening.
Yeah.
You're bored. Let's be honest.
Yeah. You're falling asleep.
You're
probably,
bored. You're like, oh, it's this again. So we put that after it for them to look forward to it, to be engaged in the safety.
Yeah. Right.
So after that, then we went to the safety day. So the safety day was Ground Zero Day. We're celebrating that, but we're also celebrating where we have came in the last 3 months to go out and do the VR. That VR headset was unbelievable. Some crack.
It's cool.
It
looks
was
like a good crack,
it was
right?
deadly, but like I thought I was, and it was even funny because I was in a team with lads. Some of the apprentices that I wouldn't talk to every day.
Yeah.
So I'm now talking to them with like
Having a crack.
coordinating with them and communicating with them, and they're telling me what to do, and I'm telling them. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good crack.
Did you bring all 28 or?
Yeah, some are there,
Yeah.
some aren't there, and I'll bring some more. But I also had the other people in if they're around as well.
Right.
Yeah,
Why not?
But like we do the work, right. We don't. Some of the companies are going around in circles because they're not doing the work right. We do the work right. We're ahead of schedule. We're ahead of program. We do the job right, on time, on budget. So why not celebrate
not,
it?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's get the jobs done, do them right, do the maintenance right so the calls don't come in.
Yeah.
Do the projects right so the projects are done on time. And this is what we do in return of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Rather than kind of be stuck on site. Well, not stuck on site. That's your job, but like.
Yeah, but like
to break away from it, I suppose.
Yeah, but if you get the work done, like you have to have the trust. You have to, lads, get the work done. We can have this fun. Do you know what I mean? Because that's it. Again, I didn't have all these things when I was an apprentice. So it's again, what would have I always look at what I didn't get that would have made me happy.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's a
Like,
good way of
or
putting it,
what? And obviously, the years of reading books, being on courses, and then realizing you need your team. You need to look after them. If you look after your team look after your customers.
Yeah.
People focus on the customers rather than the team.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
So if I go in, let's say I am one of the team, but let's say I'm not Wayne Crosbie and I'm not happy, and I'm going to you're the customer, and you feel my energy, you feel my frequency, you're going to be like, what's the story with that fella? And if the lads are coming in like, whoa, how are you?
Yeah.
It's different.
It's much better. Yeah.
And that's the gap. That's the difference between us and everyone else.
Right. And right, you look after the team, everyone else really well.
I don't look after myself.
Yeah. What do you do then to kind of keep the mindset right? Because it's lonely at the top, some would say.
Yeah, it is. And we only had that discussion earlier on. So I do multiple things. I'm involved in network groups, mentoring groups with yourself as well. Mindset is a big thing that, again, when COVID came is when I looked into mindset.
Yeah.
I was part of the 95% before COVID. I was a victim.
Yeah.
I was negative. I was, everything's a problem. I was like, no, attitude, everything. And then when I start investing in myself with time and money, that's when my perspective started changing. That's where my mindset came into it. That's how I've started developing the team. So every morning I wake up early, I do my meditation, I write my goals, I write my mantra, I write my gratitude, have a nice cup of water, or whatever it may be. And then after that, then I bang off. I have a list of stuff to do before, after that. And then list is to bring me closer to my goals.
Right.
And each day is the same or different tasks. And then I hit the gym. Without fail every morning. So I trained twice today already. Yeah. I was out of the gym, done a cardio session first thing this morning after I wrote all my stuff. While I'm listening to more brainwash. I brainwash myself every day.
Yeah.
And then I go and do strength conditioning. So I was out of both sessions I've done my manager, I've done my goals, and I
Yeah.
was still out dressed at 7:30.
Yeah. Right talk.
Do you know what I mean? And that's, if I didn't do that,
Yeah.
I'd be all over the gaff.
Yeah.
It's like when you when you come out of the house, you don't put anything in the sat nav. If I was coming in here today, if I didn't put in the sat nav, I wouldn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
But when I do my mantra, my goals, my gratitude and training, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
If I don't do my goals, my mantra and my gratitude, I haven't a fucking clue where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going around circles.
Set the
And
compass.
everything's a problem. But
Yeah.
now, and again, it allows me to be faced with challenges.
Yeah.
I've had 3 phone calls in here that it will ruin anyone else's day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what can we do here? Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I'd be like, oh, going down bus lanes and honking the horn, jumping out of the car. Just relax.
Yeah.
You are in control. I'm in control. And this is the other thing you learn. I'm in control whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day. You're not going to dictate my day unless I let you.
Yeah.
So that's a strength that I've developed to keep me at that.
Yeah. Was that all through have you just been on like the Dream Mentoring program, or have you been on different ones? Or,
I've been on different ones. There was one Joe Costello.
I don't know. No.
No, the Joe was a good friend of mine as well. And it's funny, when he rang me into the COVID, I was laughing at him saying, "You're mad," because he was the coach.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was doing it. And I was, "You're a bleeding lunatic."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you're a lunatic." I said, "No, you're a lunatic." But then when I realised that we're not lunatics, everyone else is lunatics.
It's flipped on the head.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
funny when and people can say it's a cult, it's this, it's not.
Yeah.
It's how you want to look at things, it's how you want to feel. So that was the start, and
Right.
basically that's what changed my life, not just with business,
Yeah.
health, family.
Okay.
Like I've even relationships, bad relationships with my mom, bad relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
Whereas as my younger self was like, what do you know what I mean?
Leave it
So
alone.
it does work.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's the things that's the problem with the educational system. That's the problem with school. You're not taught what you should be taught.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We were discussed there 2 minutes ago about the army.
Yeah.
You're told to write everything that went wrong down.
Yeah.
That's to make you. I understand the purpose
It's a
of it.
counselling thing, so like it's like not to help you deal with like a bad, if something bad happened or whatever, like you'd write like whatever it was bad happened. So it's almost like telling someone without like kind of putting it out there, and you can deal with it on a piece of paper and then just kind of rip it and throw it in the bin. Whereas like the other side of it is like write down positive things you're grateful for, your goals, and move in that direction. So it does kind of like you said, like you're a victim, so it's changing your mindset from being a victim to be a victor.
100%.
And that flip was hard for me. And I was like, I'm fucking doing it. I'm gonna get it done. But was it hard for you to kind of flip from the victim mindset to the victor
What you
mindset?
just said there, I wrote everything bad in a piece of paper, set the thing on fire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I looked at that burning desire.
Yeah.
That was flaming in my eyes. And I was like, I'm fucking ready now. It was mad. All the problems are gone. And that's what I do today. Anything just goes, boom, burnt, good luck.
Adios.
But you're not taught these things as a kid. Never mind your parents understanding it. My mum and dad don't even understand half the stuff I'm talking about today. They think my mum and dad still think I'm a mad thing going around talking the way I'm going. Like even me going into shops the other day, I'm always like, "How are you? How good? Good? No, fantastic." And I got told, "I'm scared of you." I was like, "What? How are you scared of me? Because you're always fantastic." I was like, "Oh my God, this is absolutely fucking nuts. I should be scared of you because you're not fantastic." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you got me a cup of coffee today. But
Yeah. So like,
do you know what I mean?
you know,
People don't look past all
it's the
that
small
stuff.
things. Yeah. So I think when you change it, like change your attitude, change your life, right? It's massive. But yeah, if you're going back now, right, and going back in time, right, what advice would you give like your younger self?
You can't do it alone. I thought I could do it alone. Had an ego, don't have an ego, and listen to the people that are actually there to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because back then, you're like, you thought you knew, you're only a young fella, you thought you knew more than the people that have already done something.
Yeah.
So that's something I've learned recently, that I'm now like a sponge. I absorb everything people, and I just use it, and it benefits you then.
Yeah.
You use it to your advantage. And the other thing as well is to be patient.
Okay.
If you're going to do a business or whatever in life, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy a house, it takes time. Well, anything in life, some people are like, I want this, I want that. Take your time. Do you really want it? Assess it. And then the other thing is to back yourself. back yourself and be 150% confident in anything that you
Yeah.
participate in, because 2017, 2020, I was probably suffering with confidence. One foot in, one foot out, dive deep in
Yeah.
and just go with it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, go again. And the worst someone can say is no.
Yeah. It's fair.
And be willing to, don't get personal. I think when I was there, and I think the younger people, everything is personal. So take whatever's said on board and see where you can improve by 1% rather than getting defensive about it.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I fell down on at the start as well.
Yeah. It's a good book, Asher, and that extreme ownership. So, like, what did I do wrong? What can I fix?
Because at the end of the day, someone's only trying to help you. It might come towards it a different way, but generally what happens is we point the finger out rather than pointing the finger in
Yeah.
and looking at ourselves before blaming someone else.
Yeah.
So
It's
taking
easy.
ownership is the most part as well.
Anyone ever catch you with any kind of pranks on your on site when you first started?
The glass hammers and all.
Yeah. Or a bubble for a level?
It's a long time, buddy.
How did?
I don't remember, but I'm
Yeah.
full sure
Yeah.
someone got me.
I'd say you're definitely the.
And I guarantee it was my uncle that got me with one of them.
Yeah.
But going back to when I was apprentice, buddy,
It's
I
ruthless.
could be probably. I was probably. If I wasn't quick enough, there was stuff getting thrown at me. If you didn't have a hard hat on, I'd probably be split open with a shifter being dropped on my head or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Come on, hurry up. But that was good.
Yeah.
That's not there anymore. And if you do that today, you could be brought to court.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But 100% I was definitely caught. But then I was wide, but then I started catching others. And
Yeah.
today we obviously still catch the
Yeah.
boys. The glass hammers and all, the glass stand.
See someone, right, that's going into an apprenticeship, right, that might struggle being like the butt of the joke or whatever. That's just like for an apprentice, that's probably just the way it is. But like, how did you cope with that sort of things? Or were you just kind of hardy enough that you're a grant?
I was lucky enough because I worked in a small knit company.
Yeah.
And
It's probably
yeah, it
everyone's
was
close
when
enough.
you're working in the bigger companies, it's different.
Yeah.
There's bullies. I don't like bullies.
No.
But it's like first year, innit?
Yeah.
You're going to force you get first year pay and you have to take it on the chin. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
cool, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Unless some fella's taking it to the next level, then you have to do something about it. And like, okay, you have to realise when there's a joke and when it's not a joke.
Yeah.
Or not about like, when you have to have a laugh. It's about having the crack. But if someone's if someone's really annoying, so I'd be stepping in myself and saying, look, I'm not accepting that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not good enough. But the lads have to be willing to take it, but also get them back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's give and take at the end.
Yeah,
Give or
100%.
take. Do you know what I mean? It can't be just like, you have to be wired. You have to have a bit of streetwise.
Yeah.
To be wired to the stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? But how did I take it? I don't think I had it that much because I was probably fortunate enough. I was grafting in the pubs. I was pulling
Yeah.
points when I was 15. I was getting exposed to working on sites when I was 14, 15 with my uncles. So I was kind of, I kind of knew what the tools were, all that sort of stuff. So I knew what I was doing when I went into the first year phase, if you like.
Yeah.
But it's just something you have to deal with. It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's again the youngsters just need these days have to be not taking it personal.
Yeah. I think that's important. Yeah. Don't take it personal. Just understand it's a joke. Well, unless it's not a joke, but
It's
most
how
of
it,
the time.
today it's how it comes across because
Yeah.
everyone has different personalities and you have to play the personality.
Yeah.
Do you know your personality is different to mine and my personality is different to yours. I'll have to understand your personality and how far can I get with you and how far can I get with me.
Yeah. And what kind of mood are you in that?
Yeah.
Definitely. But Grant, yeah, look, that's it, right? So in terms of like promotion wise, right? Like if a new guy comes in, how long will he be waiting to get promoted then once he does come in the door? Like would he be promoted in 5 years, 6 years, or
Yeah, it really depends on what
on
he's
the
what's he
individual?
bringing to when you have a house party, right?
Yeah.
And you bring a load of crakes and kegs
Yeah.
and your mate turns up with no cans, what do?
Yeah.
You're annoyed with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's about who brings what to the table, who's
Okay.
bringing what to the party, who's adding the value, who's adding the growth, who's delivering to the clients, and that stands out. And then that's how the promotions happen. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years.
Yeah.
All depends on the individual themselves and what's available at the time for the growth as well.
Grant. Right.
But we be obviously putting some sort of plan in place for each person to get to that point.
get
As like an apprenticeship,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. Do you know the kind of way?
Yeah. And you sit down and put training or learning development plans in place with each individual over time, like, or does that happen like kind of once a year kind of thing? Is
Yeah,
it?
no, we touch on that every few weeks, but more
Right.
importantly, we review it every 3 months. We have a training room built in the office
Right.
because again, fast phase two, fast phase four, fast phase six teach you a certain amount,
Yeah.
but they're not teaching you real life scenarios on the field.
Yeah.
There's certain
So.
tasks that help you on the field, but what we do, we have a training, we have electrical controls in the training room that helps apprentices. But more importantly, it lets the office understand, the girls and the boys in the office understand what the lads are dealing with on the road as well,
Yeah.
because they don't know. But we show them this is what they're doing, this is what that is.
Yeah.
But also it helps the engineers get up to date with the latest technologies as well.
Okay.
And then we have this system that we call fault finding, so we can put a fault in it and get one of the lads in. I'll say to Connor, come on in and show me what the crack is with
What's
this.
wrong with this?
I know what's wrong with it, but
Yeah.
it's to keep him on his toes. So we're
Yeah.
always developing and always training with the latest technologies. And obviously, if it's not in the office, it's with a third party because you have to keep up with the latest technologies, you know.
Okay, great. And look, what's next for the Crosby Group?
Crosbie Group is obviously going to we're in Ireland at the minute. We're in the UK, tipping in out of the UK. Our next step is obviously to build on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, to be the best. I believe we are the best. We are going to be even better. And then hit Europe as well. And add the nuts and bolts as well to provide that one-stop service for our clients and develop the best people that you can have in any team. You know,
Yeah. Brilliant. All right. Well, look, thanks very much for coming in. Much appreciated.
no problem at all, buddy. Thank you.